Camoccio gun Mart TV. I want to show you here a brand new model from ASI, Anglo-Spanish Imports. Now I saw them up at the British Shooting Show earlier on in the year. 3 different stocks. So this is the ACCUMAX S1 with the synthetic. Then there's the W1, which is the wood finish, and that's £178. And then there's a camo version, the C1, and that's 228 at the moment. They're made by Crosman in Turkey, and I couldn't quite believe the quality that was coming through. So I was intrigued to get hold of one. At the end of the day, for that money, you can't expect too much. It's a basic spring-powered brake barrel air gun, but that is an attractive gun, I must say. So yeah, all moulded synthetics, very nice contoured grip, a lot of detail to it. I'll just show you the badging. You've got ACCUMAX set into the side of the stock there, which is quite attractive as well, so that's nicely done. So starting at the front, you've got obviously a muzzle assembly here. It does come with open sights, so you can see the green element there, fibre optic element sitting there. This is purely a muzzle assembly, so the barrel goes to almost the end there, so it's not a moderator as such. It's a cocking aid obviously as well, because it's a brake barrel, which is really handy. Now I should point out this comes with a rear sight, full wheel adjustment. It's a nice sight set, so you've got open sights to play with as standard, straight out the box. Nicely profiled flush breech here, all very smart. It's chemical bluing, a little bit dull on the finish, but obviously that's one of the areas where they're saving money. Dovetail rails on there. You've got an automatic safety catch that pops out here. You'll see that in operation in a minute. 2-stage trigger, that is sort of a pseudo 2-stage, and it's non-adjustable as well, but it's not bad. It does the job. When I came to test this, that stock, it looks like it's going to be a bit low, and it is a bit low in practice, I've got to say. Perfect height for the open sights, but a little bit low for the for when you go to scope use. But when I test spring guns, most of the time I do it in the my old field target sitting position, which is I create a tripod. It's very, very steady, and it allows the gun to recoil. When I did that, first of all, I sort of got a group that was about 1.25 inches. Now this grade of gun at 30 yards, 25 yards, that's sort of the right ballpark anyway a lot of the time. But because my cheek wasn't really contacting properly the cheek piece, I just knew it wasn't being fair to the gun. Right, so you've seen the group that we did standard. So it was about 1.25 inches over 25 yards. Right, a cone riser kit, or 20 to 30 quid, and you get this set, which is like a neoprene sleeve, and this one had 3 foam inserts. It's really basic. I'll tell you what, it absolutely can transform the handling of guns. It's such 20 odd £30 very well spent. So basically you just pull that sleeve into place. I've sort of left it half done here so you can see the structure. You pull that sleeve over the back of the gun. You can use this, obviously it's applicable right through the firearm industry, but you pull that on through, and then you just set one of your cheek pieces. They all give sort of different heights for the cone. Set one of your cheek pieces in, pull the sleeve right through, and now when I mount that gun, the correct point of the butt pad there, but my cheek is now firmly on that cheek piece. I've got total consistency with the eye scope alignment, and we've all sort of beaten on about that for years, but with this rifle I saw it in black and white and the difference it makes, and you'll see in our second group that we show. Anyway, let's put a few shots through this. So control in your hip as with any spring gun. Total control, keep hold of the barrel, good practice. I'm going to just push home the pellet. Now that's something to show here. The breech on this, slightly irritating, but there's sort of a chamfered breech, so pellets just drop straight in. Now that's great because they won't be hanging out and get deformed as the breech shuts. It does mean that when you shut the breech, you've got to keep the barrel, be conscious of keeping the barrel pointing down a bit. It's no big deal, but it's a detail that's well worth bearing in mind. So again, it's an auto safety, I've forgotten that. Press that forwards, that's in a nice position there. The trigger is a bit creepy, but it's not too bad on the pull. It's a very basic shape. You know, that's one of the sort of sort of lesser features really. This gun. It's a very slick action, but it sounds a bit noisy in here, but very smooth to cock. I must say, yeah, it does. It does feel a bit superior to a lot of basic springers out there, but. Yeah, there is recoil and it is quite noisy, but it's more of a snap. It shoots very well, and as I say, you can see it's inherently very accurate. It just, but I would say stick one of those on every time. But anyway, that's the ACCUMAX S1, and yeah, quite a bargain.